Previously on Fast and Free Music, I showed you how a capo lets you use the same 4 chords to find any key. But how do you know exactly where to put it? No guessing, no trial and error. In the next 5 minutes, I'll show you the simple trick to find just the right fret every time. I'm Kelsey, and this is your Fast and Free guitar lesson. Let's do this. Now, if you haven't already seen the Decode Your Fretboard video, please go check it out because it's going to be a huge help for this lesson. So let's start with what you already know, your G chord. Now, your bottom string of your chord is typically the root of the chord, and your G chord has its root on the 6th string. So finding the root note is our starting point. Our next step is to find our target note. Let's say we want to play in the key of A. Well, A is going to be our primary chord in that key, and we need to turn our G into an A. So we're gonna find our A on our 6th string. Now remember our note ladder here. We have open E, half step to F, whole step to G, and then we start our alphabet over to a whole step to A on the 5th fret. That is our target note. That's where we need our G chord 6th string finger to go. Just like so. Let's hear. That's not right because we haven't moved our starting point yet. So when we started with G, we had one gap fret between our G chord fingers and our starting point, which was the nut. When we move our G up to the 5th fret for that A, we need a gap fret and then our starting point. So our starting point is going to be capo 2. So here we go, capo 2. All right, now let's try it. We're going to put our G chord with the root on that 5th fret for the A. And now that's the A chord. So our capo goes where the nut used to be relative to our chord shape. So here are your 5 steps for finding your key with your capo. First, we want to know the shapes that we want to play and what key they belong to. So far, I've taught you the key of G with the shapes G, C, E minor, D. Step number 2, consider the root of your key chord in your key. So for instance, the key chord of G is the G chord, and think, where is the root of my G? Step number 3, find the note of the key you're going to on the same string as that root note. So for instance, if we want to go to the key of C, we've got to move that G all the way up to our C, which is our 8th fret. Step number 4, place the shape of the chord around that root note. So now we've got our root 6th string set up and the chord around it. And then step number 5, we're gonna put our capo relative to that. So G starts 3 frets above where the nut used to be. And so we're gonna put our capo on the 5th fret because our G root is on the 8th fret. And now we're playing the C chord in the key of C using our G shape. So right now you're probably doing all of this using the key of G chord shapes. Maybe one day you'll want to play the chord shapes found in the key of C. Your primary chord is going to be your C chord, and so you're going to use the C root note, which is on our 5th string. But for now, let's stick with the key of G. All right, freebies, my goal for you this week is still to memorize the notes on your 6th string so that if I said play D on the 6th string, you could instantly hit that fret. It's gonna make playing with your capo so much easier. And if you want a little bit more advanced practice, try memorizing the 5th string too. If you enjoyed this lesson, please hit subscribe. And up next, I'm going to teach you a hack that will unlock 5 strings on your guitar so that you can find any note in seconds. Steppable, stackable, fast and free. Have your guitar lesson your way. Music is for everyone.